Anna and I are coming from you from a little different vantage point. We have Buckingham Palace behind us. And guys, I recently did the tour here in the Ukraine and was lucky enough to spend a couple days here in London. And I absolutely love the city. And I thought, we really need to talk to our friends across the pond in the UK and talk a little bit more about the opportunity that exists for international dating, international tours and all that. And Anna, I know that London has a place in your heart as well, right?
Of course, it's an amazing city. It's one of my most favorite cities in the world.
This is the woman that's going to be helping you guys when you call up and you want to do anything. Make sure that you get from point A to point B safely, alive, and all that. Have you ever lost anyone in 22 years yet?
No, not yet. I'm not planning on that.
At least anyone that didn't want to be lost, right?
Yes.
You're here in the UK, right? We're in London right now, but all around the UK, you have an amazing opportunity for several reasons, and I want to talk about that today. I would love to see more of the guys from the UK, because I'll tell you guys are some of the friendliest, most polite guys in the world. You do great when you go over to, whether it's Ukraine, whether it's China, Colombia, you guys are fantastic. And so I really want to talk a little bit more about how this works. There are several reasons why I think that this just is something that if you're a single male watching this in the UK, you should want to take advantage of this. Number one, it's obvious, it's proximity. I mean, especially for the Ukraine, okay? 3-hour flight, guys. I mean, I was just in Odessa, I'm here in London, 3 hours, that's amazing. You're so close, all right? So the proximity for you is absolutely amazing. It is a night and day as far as the culture, as far as just the infrastructure, all that. But it's such a difference, isn't it? I mean, you've been to both. I mean, it's just amazing difference.
So easy to travel. There are a bunch of actual low coasters traveling from Britain to Eastern Europe, so you can pick any. There are flights for even like 20 pounds, each way.
I know. Yeah, it's so inexpensive and so easy. So number one really is proximity, okay? Number two, again, proximity. Only going from the Ukraine to the UK. And the reason I say that is because from the woman's perspective, guys, this makes a big difference. You're so close. If you're a woman, right, and you meet someone that you really connect with, right, and you really like, all else being equal, if he's only living 3 hours away, and you're only moving, let's say, 3 hours away to marry that person, that is much more favorable or attractive to you as a woman. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, for sure. Actually, my dad would always say, I wish you would live in Europe and not the United States, so I could see you all the time. That's constant complaint about that.
Yeah, because we get so many women that are marrying us Yanks, as you guys put it. And by the way, guys, I understand my name is John Adams, and some of you guys have given me a little bit of a hard time about that over the years, so give me a break. I didn't name myself, it's who I am, but, go easy on me on that. I do, from the guys from the UK Swears. They give me a hard time about that all the time. And you also have a friend of yours that married.
Oh yeah, actually a really good friend of mine is married to a guy from Manchester. They've been married for probably 5 or 6 years now. Very happy couple. I just saw them half a year ago. I visited them and they came from Manchester to London to meet me there. We spent a few days there. It was a wonderful experience.
All right, guys, number three. It's a numbers game. I know, if you go to the local pub there, they're going to be whining about how there's no women, and they're going to be complaining about it, whining about it, but they're not going to do anything about it. And just 3 hours away is paradise. I mean, there are so many more women than men in the Ukraine right now that actually it's almost your duty to go over, so to speak. But I mean, no, seriously, okay, I'm joking, but there are. Just, you do the math. Don't believe me. Go Google it, whatever you got to do, and look, and you'll see that there is a huge divide between men and women there. And so in the Ukraine right now, what's happening is that the women are finding it very difficult to find a man, who's going to be suitable for marriage. And the men that are available are in huge demand, and many of them really don't want the responsibility of marriage and all that because of what's going on in the Ukraine right now. I mean, it's not the most stable country in the world economically right now, and so there's lots going on. It's difficult. So a lot of the men really don't want to be tied down with a family and all that. I mean, have you seen that?
Well, yeah, absolutely. That's a huge problem, finding a life partner in Eastern Europe, not only Ukraine, but Russia and other countries as well.
this numbers thing, it's huge because where you are now, it's very similar to the U.S. and it's very difficult, especially if you're in your 40s, 50s, and still want to have children maybe. You're finding it more and more difficult, and I understand that. This is an option for you, and as I just said, the proximity there, I mean, it's only 3 hours away. It's so much easier than for us here in the U.S. I'd have to do a lot more traveling and a little bit more involved to make that happen. So the numbers game is amazing, okay? Also, when you talk about numbers, when you go over with some kind of an organized tour, you're going to be exposed to so many different opportunities, so many qualified candidates that you actually want to meet, that you'll probably date more women in just the week or 10 days, whatever the length of that tour is, compared to what you did the last 5 years in the UK. I mean, that's how many opportunities you're going to have. And you hear that all the time from guys that come back and tell you, right?
Of course, I mean, you meet hundreds and hundreds of people, and it's much easier to find that special person when you meet all those people pretty much all at once.
Life is a numbers game. You have to put yourself in that position to be successful. You have to put yourself out there. And if you're going to stay in that pub, you're going to drink that pint, and you're going to say, oh, well, there's just nobody out here for me. Well, then, yeah, there's not going to be anybody out there for you. But if you actually, put yourself in a position to be successful and meet some of these women, it's going to be a life-changing experience for you. And it's only 3 hours away. It's in your backyard, and it'll be a vacation of a lifetime. But one that may very well change your life forever. All right, guys, number 4. It's the melting pot, okay? Your environment there, in London, in Great Britain, in the UK, is really a melting pot. And so when you do marry someone from, say, the Ukraine, or maybe you go to China, or you go to South America, your friends, your family, the people there are going to be much more accepting of that than maybe in some other places. 1 in 10 individuals in the UK are in some kind of an intercultural relationship, whether marriage or living together, okay? And that's up like 35% from the last census that was done there, okay? So there's more and more of that going on, where men and women are reaching out outside of their borders and trying to find that right person for them. Because let's face it, the choice that you make to marry someone is going to account for about 95% of your happiness or your sorrow for the rest of your life, right?
Pretty much.
It does. I mean, some people put more thought into buying a car than they do into finding their soulmate. And it makes no sense to me, because this is a very, very important decision. And you need to give yourself a lot of options. You need to actually do a lot of dating until you find that right person, because chances are, guys, you're not just going to go out on one date with one woman and she's going to be the one the first time you go out. I mean, it just doesn't happen that way. Normally, you got to work at it. Anything worth having is worth working for. And sometimes you do have to work at this a little bit to find that right one. Where you live, because of the great acceptance of a diverse cultural background there, kind of like what it is here in the United States as well. I mean, we're very accepting of different cultures and everything there, but we do have gentlemen that come from some countries where it's not as accepting, and it's a little bit more difficult for the women to assimilate. But they're going to be able to assimilate very easily. All right? Now, I think number 5, and this is probably one of the most important things in going for you, in your favor there, being a Western man, especially they're from the UK, is that the women actually want to meet you, which is a wonderful thing. There are differences between cultures in the way people act. We all want to say, no, everybody's the same, no. There are differences. And, the women view Western men from the UK, as being more loyal, more mature, going to treat them more on an equal level playing field, going to be able to take care of family matters more, going to be able to take charge more, because Ukrainian women can be very strong, but they're very feminine too. They don't want to be wearing the pants in the family. They want the man to wear the pants, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And foreign guys, as the Eastern European women view it as much better marriage material than local guys, unfortunately.
Yeah, and look, that doesn't say that every Ukrainian man is just not going to be good for marriage or material, but the way you're brought up, to view women is much different in different cultures. And women are starting to understand that from some of these cultures, saying, well, wait a minute, this is my world here, this is my frame of reference, but when I meet men from over here, they have different ideas, they have different ways of treating me. And I appreciate that, because these women, especially, I'll tell you, in the Ukraine, femininity is very important to them. They take care of themselves very well, and they work hard at it. It's not easy to be in the shape that they are all the time, and to dress the way they dress all the time, and do everything. I mean, my wife, for instance, wouldn't be caught dead walking out, into a store with curlers in her hair and in pajamas, which happens sometimes here in the States, doesn't it?
Quite often, let's put it this way.
Well, you see it too, right? Yes.
Yeah, I was just, when I first moved to the United States, I was taking pictures and recording videos and sending to my friends in Russia to look at this, see what people are wearing. Can you believe it? They're wearing pajama in the mall. God.
Yeah, I mean, Anna comes to work every day, dressed nicely, and that's important. But there's just different values in different places here. In the Ukraine, you're going to find that. And one of the first things that you'll notice when you step off that plane is just how the women carry themselves, how they dress, how they walk, how they talk, and just it's just femininity. There's such a difference between women and men. Where in many westernized countries now, like the U.S., like the U.K., that role between men and women has become muddled. It's become confused, and men don't know what to do anymore. Should I open the door for you? Can I say that you look nice today? Can I do those things? And you're not really sure because you might get slapped with a harassment suit or something. I mean, that's just how it is now. That's the world in which we live in. But in the Ukraine, it's still very much, the woman wants the man to be the man. And she wants to be the woman, but she's finding it difficult to find someone to share that with. All right, so keep that in mind, guys. When you go over there, they're actually going to want to meet you. This is your opportunity. We're reaching out to you in front of Buckingham Palace, such a cool venue here. Just to let you know that if you do need any assistance, let us know. Give us a call. We can give you information. We can help you with whatever you need, and we're happy to do so. But I just want you to make you aware of this opportunity because it's in your backyard, guys. It's so close. There is absolutely no reason why you should not avail yourself to this opportunity.
Absolutely. That's the wonderful opportunity.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. And we're going to go have some fish and chips.
Want to learn more? Check out our website, foreignaffair.net. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Google+.